Yes, sir. Hi, guys. Well, I didn't give you a second. I went live. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. David Gross with Conde Systems and Sprite. How are you today, Sprite?
I'm great, David.
We've had a fun, exciting week, haven't we?
We always have fun, exciting weeks.
This one especially has been good. We are having a lot of fun. We're, of course, extremely busy. What did I do with my drink?
Did you bring it in?
I thought I brought in a Coke.
I thought you brought it in. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
I see it. We're all by ourselves today.
Afternoon, 1 Coke a day kind of thing. So I guess I need to have this poured into one of our great drinkware, don't we?
Well, you know, it would be nice. I guess
You
I
know,
could say the same thing about mine, though.
I want to thank everybody first for all the folks that came out and visited with us at Charlotte. That was a fantastic show. That was last Friday and Saturday. You know what somebody came up to me and said?
There's
And I can't remember their exact words, but essentially what they were saying was that we were a little bit like one of those morning shows, Regis and Kathy or something, Kathy Lee.
Okay.
I forget which show they compared us to, but a little tag team. And in our class, Jeff, of course, assisted me with our class there in Charlotte, and I called him, you know, he was the Ed McMahon, you know, and so Jeff started doing this Ed McMahon impersonation. So of course I'm no Johnny Carson and never will be, but it was complimentary. We had standing room only in our class. It was packed. In fact, we saw the line trying to get in, and I like to, being an engineer, I like to do things promptly, and we saw these people, and I went and got one of the NBM folks. I said, help get these people in fast, because I need all 90 minutes of the class. And so we had one of the things that really is nice at the classes is when they ask lots of questions, and they did. In fact, there were some topics that I typically talk about, like avoiding Chinese heat presses, and I just forgot to bring it up, and somebody brought it up for me.
Really?
And I'm going like, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask that, and but it was a great class, really, really just a fantastic group. I mean, different cities, you know, it's different. So our next trade show of the year, by the way, is when?
What, the second week of January? Is that
I think
correct?
it's the ISS Long Beach trade show. So by all means, start making your plans to be there. Should be a fantastic trade show. I will not be teaching there, but you know, we'll go full force there. A lot of fun. We of course have our California warehouse, you know, in the LA area in La Mirada. So I'll sure get to go out there and visit and talk to our folks out there. But should be fantastic show, first of the year kind of thing. At the Charlotte show, that was the second show, we were showing the new Epson printer, and Sprite has done a number of great videos on the new Epson F570, and so we'd love to hear back from you if you've bought one from us. We're still, of course, have our SG800 sale, and so again, it's just unusual to have now 3 smaller printers to go, and it just tells you how much the world of sublimation really has gone absolutely viral. Really, it is good. So 3 really fantastic, get the job done printers.
I see, Jerry, I see you, your question about, or your comment about the iPhone templates in Sawgrass. We actually have a video up right now on CondeTV.com that shows you how to use our templates in Creative Studio. So go check that out on Conde TV. I don't know, I think it's just called using templates in Creative Studio. I'm not sure what it's
Yeah,
called.
I believe it is, and the quick answer to it is that we are revising all our templates to include a PNG file. And so if you go into Creative Studio and you start with like designing a shirt or something that has a big area, then what you can do is import the PNG file and you'll decorate using that. And so Andy Taylor did a video. Maybe one of the ladies in marketing can push that link into.
Drop the link in the comments.
Yeah, drop the link in there for both YouTube and for Facebook. But it's remarkably easy. Sawgrass has been busy upgrading Creative Studio and some philosophical changes, but lots and lots of great new features. And we got to see many of the great features at the Printing United show where Sawgrass had a booth. So very excited about that. By my estimates, the people who are using Creative Studio continues to rise, and we're probably remarkably close to, say, 30%. Bottom line is that if you are a Corel, if you're a Silhouette user, if you're an Adobe user, you should continue using that software. But if you don't own any software, or if you do own it and you don't know how to use it, Creative Studio is a great way to start producing products right away. So Creative Studio is a cloud-based designer. It's bundled with the SG400. You get a lifetime license to it. Great software. For people that are interested in the Epson, there is no bundled design software with the Epson. Those kind of people should definitely migrate to Silhouette, to Corel Draw, to an Adobe product.
Okay. Yes, I agree. Also, it comes with the SG800 as well.
Yeah, 400 and 800.
Okay, so we're going to do
What in
Christmas.
the world is this thing here? Looks like a modern art sort of
That's my take on a
design
Christmas tree.
thing.
Aha. I just found it. It's going to be what I hang the
Aha.
ornaments on. So we're going to
So I
watch
guess you
out
can-
because it
yeah.
will fall apart, and then I'll be mad.
And yes, I did know what it is.
I know you did. I'm pretty sure you bought it. So we're going to do Christmas ornaments today. But first, we already have so many viewers. So off the top, I'm going to be giving away 2 art packs. And let's see, we are all by ourselves today. But there's the art packs. So I've got 3 great pieces of art. One of them by our own Zach Smith. And yeah, so I'm going to give away some art. And then also I will give away one of every piece of software. Not piece of software, I'm sorry. One of every piece of art. No, okay. I can only talk. I can't talk and do something. I'm going to give away one of every blank that I press today, if you can do the thing that I ask you to do every week. But first, let me see if I can figure out how to get my things to scroll. I don't like being here by myself. There we go. I think that works. That works.
Cool.
Okay, so it should be scrolling now. All right, so
Sprite is really, you've done a good job of mastering all this stuff, our easing our way into live video production.
watch out, YouTube. I'm coming for you. So here we go. So here's the great art. You'll have a chance to win all this. Well, 2 of you will win it. And then if you share my video, share it in some groups. I know you guys are in some Sublimation groups, so share it. Let's get some viewers up, and then I will give 2 more art packs away. But you have to comment in order to get the art, and you also have to watch till the end when I name the winners. I need to do one thing at a time. Okay, with all that being said, I've got a lot of stuff to press today, so let's go ahead and press it.
Let's get started.
All right, so in addition to the ornaments, you're going to need something to put the ornaments in. And so we're going to do a linen stocking, right?
Cool.
Yes,
Cool.
so I've already done one side of it.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. So we're going to do the other side.
We have a number of great stockings, some traditional, these like the linen, great choices. I do recommend start sampling the products. You can't sell it unless you have it in stock, right?
That's right. And what a great way to get things in stock, by winning one of everything that I press. So keep watching, pay attention. All right, so we're going to do the back of it. Now, these come with a red string tied in the top, and I've taken the string out because I'm going to sublimate fully top to bottom, and I'll show you guys how I put the string back in there. So
yeah, I'm going to be interested to know how you get this little critter back in.
Thanks so much. I've perfected it, actually. So I'm going to put a piece of butcher paper on the bottom, and I'm going to lint roll my fabric. Now, you do need to pre-press the linen. The linen will shrink, and the pre-press also gets out the excess moisture. This one, since one side's already been done, it has already been pre-pressed. The words are not going to work for me today. But I do want to lint roll it because it does have some debris on it. All right. So I'm going to take my cute little...
Linen looks so good, it feels so good.
I love it.
So we've got a very large linen product line. Take advantage of it. I mean, how many different things, from a beautiful house flag, garden flag, to the placemats for your table. And then we've got, what do we call those the hardboard things? Table toppers that you can also put out there, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about in the linen.
Yeah,
no,
table
yes,
topper.
Yeah. Oh, I love the table toppers.
Hardboard. You got the linen placemats. Got, what, 2 sizes of those, I think.
Yep. We've got the small and the large
Just
one.
absolutely gorgeous products. And, you know, they're double-sided, so the placemats are, so you could have 2 different themes, possibly a Thanksgiving theme and a Christmas theme.
So I'm going to press this image face down on my press. I'm going to do this for 400 degrees, 60 seconds.
So,
a light
so that's the linen stocking, is that what it is?
Yes, sir. This is JDW745.
So I do recommend pre-pressing it to shrink it a little bit.
Yeah, because I'd already done the other side, it's already been pre-pressed. But
yeah, the linen shrinks just a little bit, and so the larger the piece is, the more you will notice a slight bit of ghosting. Almost all fabrics shrink a little bit. The linen, because it's a slightly coarse weave, it is going to tighten a little bit, and so if you really look close, you can see how the sublimation is working as it starts sublimating, and then you'll see it shrink, and you'll see really a halo. And so pre-pressing it probably is a good thing.
there is no probably. It is a good thing. It is a very good thing. So yeah. All right. Got a couple seconds. Oh, that time means it's done. That sound.
So when you
means
see
I'm
our
not working
instructions
today.
out there,
I'm not doing good.
our instructions are what I would call a great place to start, but ultimately, depending on your press and what temperature it's really at, and depending on how much heat it puts out, that really determines you know, how things are going to go. Wow.
I know, right? I know. Look, full
Very nice.
front and back. So
That's amazing.
yeah, JDW, Jerry, the stocking is JDW745 is the stocking. Okay, so this actually comes with 2 strings, and like I said, I took the string. So this is what I'm going to do. I have a wooden dowel, right? Just a wooden stick. I'm going to take one end of the string, and I'm just going to tape it around the dowel. This is how I've decided that this is my way to do this.
I think
All right.
that's great. It's sort of like the watch paper clip method, right?
Something like that, yep. And then I'm just going to take it and string it through. So
Cool.
yeah, just like that.
And then turn it around and
do
put
it again.
in the other.
Yep.
So it sort of looks like you're doing some of that crochet stuff.
Something like that. So
Do you ever do sewing?
I don't sew, but my grandmother taught me how to crochet
Okay.
when I used to like it. I don't have time to do any of that anymore. I don't know. I would sew for a little bit. I sewed a few things.
So I take it what you need to do is you need to make a stocking for each one of your dogs, right?
Yeah.
You need to hang them up there on the wherever, you know, your little shelf, wherever, and let the dogs have some treats in there and get them all excited.
Yeah, they would like that. They would love that, actually. Okay, so we're going to do,
My dogs
see,
love
this side.
treats.
So do mine. All right.
So you're putting it in again.
Yeah, so
okay.
this is, and it comes with these 2 strings. So, and I'll show you why.
So why do
in a
you need
second.
2 strings, I wonder?
I'll show you. I'll show you. All right.
By the way, we're going to have to get Barron up here one of these days. Everybody, when we go on the road, they ask about Barron and when he's going to make another appearance. So
He's pretty famous.
I think you would be surprised. That's our half Golden Retriever, half St. Bernard, half Newfoundland, and he is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
He's a big old baby. Big old baby. Loving the cool weather down here.
Yeah, I looked up the cold, temperature, climate dogs, and both the St. Bernard and the Newfoundland rated right up there in the top 10. I think one of them was the 4th best dog for cold weather, and maybe the other one was 6th or something. But they love their cold weather. I think you can just rip it off if you wish.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to damage it too much. Okay, here we go. So, it has 2, and it still didn't come off. It has 2 strings, and there's the reason that it has 2 strings is because once you tie it, then you can, you know what, I don't know why. I don't know the reason other than it came with 2, and so that's how it bunches up. But it came with 2, I put the 2 back in there,
Makes
so
sense.
that's what we got.
Makes sense.
All right, so there you go, guys. So this is cute, and it's got the name on it, and it's got the strings, and basically you just tie the strings back together, So yeah, so full bleed, top to bottom, 60 seconds for one side.
And I would
60
say
seconds for the other side.
heavy pressure.
Yeah.
This is a heavy pressure kind of product, because anytime you've got products that are complicated, multi-layer product, and then stitching, of course, in the top of it for where the string goes, that's going to be your notice to most likely pre-press and to do heavy pressure to flatten things out.
Okay. Yes. All right, next. I have 2 new products. I do. I have new products that I haven't shown you guys yet.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I do.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sprite's magic box
my magic
back here.
box. I've had to downgrade my box, but that's okay. So I've got 2 new products from the beautiful people at Universal Woods. So this is a Unisub ornament. This is U4850. This is a larger square than what they normally offer.
So these are what I would refer to as the supersized ornaments.
This is the big boys. And then this is U4849. This is the large circle. So we're going to do both of these. And we're going to do both sides at the same time.
That is absolutely awesome. This is my more style of ornaments, instead of the petite, subtle ornaments, go big.
That's right. Why not? And if you get the F570, you could do a 24-inch ornament if you wanted to.
You really could. It could be bigger than the tree.
So what I normally do, I have my image, I have it duplicated, and then I'm just going to make a sandwich and match my edges.
Now, I do recommend, if you're doing this for profit, for money, make sure that you personalize every ornament as much as you can, especially the year, the date, who's on it.
That's right.
Do all those things, because that way, it's sort of like, what was it? It's the Hallmark ornament strategy. Every year, got to have a new one. You're always adding to your existing series.
So could you do away with the white line if you put something inside of it? So Teresa, I'm thinking that the white line you're asking me about is here, and I mean that's kind of on the bottom toe, so I don't think you're going to be able, because it's sewn and then it's folded and it's ironed, and I don't think that you're going to be able to get inside there. But yeah, so it still looks pretty good though. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I did.
But if you're as much as you can to fold the transfer over the edge, but it's a little hard when you're going to do, unless you're going to do the same thing on both sides. So you know, it's the same strategy here where you could fold the transfer over, assuming your printer would print big enough, and then pro spray it, press it, flip it, press it. And that way you've got some ink that's going around the curve. But I suspect that you're going to always have a little bit of seam there because of the complexity of that bottom, the way it's sewn. But I think, you know, certainly it's going to look good pretty much no matter what. Again, you know, I see just a tiny bit of a seam there at the top where the fold is, and that probably can be eliminated by using a little bit more pressure. So I didn't watch you when you did that second side as to how much pressure you used. But again, you can always save your transfer, which, you know, certainly if you want to tune your transfer technique, save it so that you can look at your transfer to see how good a job you did.
All right, so I'm pressing both of my ornaments at the same time. I'm doing them for 1 minute and 15 seconds, and because it is a metal ornament, both sides are going to press at the same time. So I'm going to hang my stocking. Oh, and you can't see it. You can't see it. Let's see if I can.
We can turn down there.
Hey, there we
Cool,
go.
cool.
There he is. Something like that. Something like that. Okay.
So metal is the only substrate I know of where you can do both sides at the same time, simply because it conducts heat so well. And as we've talked about on previous, if you're doing a lot of double-sided products that are not metal, one of the things that you could consider investing in is bottom heat. There's bottom heat for this press, there's bottom heat for like a DC-16, and so bottom heat is very, very useful and helpful for like huggers, poker chips, anything that's double-sided. Could be FRP bag tags, you name it. And if you do a lot of those, it likely would pay for itself in short order.
So these turned out really good, as we pretty much knew they would, because it is Universal Woods aluminum.
Yeah, better known as Unisub or
Yeah,
Chromolux.
Unisub.
And
So.
so great product.
And
it's going to cool relatively fast. And of course, in our labs, we normally have our cool plate,
yeah.
where we can throw them on, and they're gonna cool in short order. Love those reds. Very nice. What a cute little critter
Hot.
there.
So, and this one, this circle one, actually has one of the patterns that I'm offering today, but I took it and I changed the colors of it. So the pattern that you're going to get, I think, is like black and yellow, and I changed this one to be green and white. But no big deal.
But these come also as a vector.
That's right. That's why I can
vector
change
form.
yeah.
So it's so easy to change.
That's right. And we've got.
So folks that have silhouette, is that pretty easy for them to change?
I don't know. I don't know if you can change the color in a
I assume
silhouette program.
the silhouette will open vector art. And people at the show and always are reminding me of all the other programs that we don't think a lot of, but they've become more and more popular that also can handle some vector elements. And I really need to make a list of them, but the good news is, in the case of Conde design products, in the case of our templates, generally we're going to cover any program that you can imagine. PNGs obviously can have transparent backgrounds, PDFs, PSD for Adobe, so cover just about everything.
Andrea asked, how do you handle chipping on the edge of metal ornaments? Pressure doesn't seem to make a difference.
So occasionally we absolutely see chipping on the Unisub metal. Ultimately, it's probably something that they're not doing or you're not doing. It just means that in the routing of the product there at Unisub, ultimately they weakened the bond between the coating and the metal, and ultimately, let me apologize, for that issue, and we just need to replace it. Simple as that. If you were trying to, unintentionally cause the issue, how would you do it? It would be using, really, really heavy pressure that flexes the metal. But I would say in most cases where you see some edge issues, those are going to be things that happened in the routing of the product, and we just simply need to replace it.
Did you talk about handling it while it was cool and not handling it while it was hot?
So if you flex the metal while it's hot, which is somewhat unusual for you to do that, you can damage the edge of the product, but I would say that relatively hard to do. But again, what I would do is have a box or a pile of products that obviously have some sort of manufacturing defect, and then as the box accumulates enough stuff, touch base with your Conde rep so we can take care of it. Generally speaking, with common edge problems, we're going to provide just a credit for them and say we're sorry that the issue happened.
Okay, so I have a couple of people telling me that if they have the business edition of Silhouette, that they can bring in vector files, which are SVG files, and I did not know that.
Yeah, it can.
So if you guys,
scalable vector graphics is what that means. But I think if you open, you can open a PDF. I'm pretty sure also in the business edition, a PDF can contain vector elements.
Okay. Okay.
So
cool.
I think if you have the business edition, I'm not very familiar with the other editions as to know what their capabilities are, but certainly, a lot of people called here with the business edition, and that seems to work well. I would say that if you're a Silhouette person, then you keep doing that. Don't ignore the quote grass is greener on the other side. Keep using what you know.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to move right along because I do have a lot of things to cover today. So this is one of my new favorite things that we have. This is the three-dimensional felt triangle ornament. This is
super cool.
So nice.
Wow.
F0920. So we're going to press this one. So I've got my lint roller. I'm just going to lint roll it really quick to get any debris off of it.
So this is an example of a product family thinking outside the box, moving out of your comfort zone, breaking the rules. And so you've got a piece of felt that we have used for years that is sort of scored, where when you fold it, it turns into a three-dimensional Christmas ornament. How cool is that?
Yes, I absolutely love these.
And there's three versions of it: the triangle version, the heart version, and then the round version that has two pieces that fit together like this. Definitely will be on my Christmas tree this year, and it's one of those kinds of things. We never get started early enough with putting up our tree. We always wait to the last minute, and I'd like to get our tree up so we can enjoy it every year. So this will be the first year that our oldest is sort of not being with us. He's getting married, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So we're
kind of bittersweet, huh?
Oh, we're going through just the challenges of our first and oldest child being married. So very much. But on the other hand, we're getting a new addition to our family, so to speak, with a daughter-in-law. And of course, the daughter-in-law comes with her parents, which we very much love. Sort of growing the family in a 3D fashion. So who is this?
I don't know. I don't know who this kid
I
is.
recognize the kid, but
yeah,
I
it's
just
from it's a graphic that I use.
So you would do this would be a single-sided product, so to speak.
Not necessarily. So that's actually what I was going to do. I was going to do the inside of it also, and
so you could change your mind, so to speak.
Well, you couldn't. It's not about changing your mind. It's about, so let's say I were to do these for like, you know, my family, and then let's say I have candy on the inside. So when they open it up, there's actually an image on the inside as well.
Oh, so you could
thing.
put something in there. What do they call that? I wonder. You know, is there a name for when you have sort of a you know, Easter egg? Obviously, you can put something in one of those plastic Easter eggs. With this, I guess you could shake it. You could put a little treat for the dog or cat. In fact, the cat probably loved to play with this kind of ornament. So we have one cat, and we are the servants to the cat. We're our dogs. We're the folks in charge. But that cat, wow.
He runs stuff.
I forget what the saying is, but you know, the cat commands us. So beautiful product, easy to do. And I think quite inexpensive. So it's a high value product. It's unique. I doubt very seriously that anyone you sell this to has ever seen it before.
And it comes with a retail bag and a cord to hang it, because these can be used as air fresheners also. And I just put a video out on CondeTV.com that talks about how to press them and how to scent them. So if you were interested in how I say to scent the ornaments.
Yeah, we've learned a lot. The air freshener's been radically viral, and I think do you send them on the edge? Is that what you're doing now?
Yeah.
So we first, I think, when it first came out, which was just a few months ago, we said, well, you know, dump it on there. But ultimately, we've learned that sending it on the side is a great way to do it.
It is. So I've found that you need to take a pin or something.
Got to punch the little hole where the little string ribbon goes, and then.
And also, with this material, you're probably going to want to weight it down a little bit after you press it, because I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of before it cools back off, it's a little wavy, and so sometimes it may warp a little bit. So you might want to. I have 2 pieces of heavy wood, and I just place it in between the wood. It takes about 10 seconds for it to cool off, and then it firms up again. So cool. Yep. So I just fold it up, run my string in and out, and then tie a knot.
We just have some great folks that are in our product group come up with all these great ideas. Plus, we've got just some great partners out there that help us bring these products to market, and it's really a family kind of situation with coming up with exciting, innovative products for folks like you. And of course, a large number of ideas come directly from folks like you. Just take a look at our Conde client gallery and all the thing we're going to have. Are we going to have any client gallery things today? Or?
Yes, we do that every single week. We're going to have Conde, a client gallery winner. We're going to have a review winner. We're going to have all kinds of fun stuff.
Awesome.
We're going to have some people that are going to win some artwork. Almost to my magic number. If you guys could share this video just a little bit more, we can get up there, and I'll give 4.
And I don't think
cute.
That is really. I wish we could somebody tell us this little kid where he's from. He's not from. What's that? The Christmas Story or whatever.
He does look like the guy Alfie. He looks like Alfie.
And what a great movie. I know people that you know, they of course start playing that, and they play it, you know, 24 hours a day. But I don't think that's him. So beautiful product. That looks so good. And if you want to, you can put 1, 2, 3, 4 different photographs. No, is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do this real quick. So I had the triangle. Does it come with directions for a symbol? No, you just got to figure it out. So I mean, you just fold it together and kind of
Hey, and Victoria
Hey,
is
Vicky. Vic.
Vicky G, as her friends call her. Hey, Vic.
So I had somebody, who was it, Paula or, yeah, so Paula said she couldn't get these to fit in the bag. I don't know, Paula, I've got it. It fits pretty well, and I would just take the little adhesive thing off and just kind of, oh gosh, there we go. There we go. And it fits just like that. So there you go. If I don't know if you're having some issues,
And
maybe
you
call
could
your
you
rep.
could you could use it for some sort of fundraiser, I suppose. Something Christmas bazaar, something for a church. All sorts of ideas that you can come up with.
Moving right along, I've got an acrylic ornament. Boom. This is our oval acrylic ornament. This is ACR 32, or ACR 321. So,
And what's the thing to remember about acrylic?
don't mirror it.
Don't mirror it.
Don't mirror
Because
it.
you're going to be viewing it from the other side, and because of that, no mirroring is needed. And I love the acrylic products in general because of what you can do with the fantastic, amazing artistry markers. So if you don't have a set of markers, they're almost free. How much are they? About, I don't know, $35
I think
or
that's
something?
correct. Yes, sir.
They're, I mean,
Which is,
for what you do, and then what you do is you set up a little event. Could be at a school, daycare, could be, well, school would be better, and could be a church function, and they color their little heart out, and you just press it. I think the age where the markers are certified, I can't remember if it's 8 years old or 6.
I guess 9.
9,
I
something
think so.
like that. And I asked them, is there anything inherently dangerous about the markers? And they said, no, the markers are fine, but in the instructions it says to use a heat source, and you don't, can you imagine an unsupervised toddler using a heat press? And nope, that wouldn't work out. So that's why they got a, whatever it is, 9 years, but the markers are certified chemically safe, and of course don't want to eat a marker, but just think of the amazing things you could do. One of the favorite projects that I've seen a number of our clients do is where they put together a nice design on their computer, they print it out on their sublimation paper, but in the design it has an area to color in. So you're taking a nice professional design, and then you're putting a personalized area for coloring. Beautiful. But you can just think of just how you could do an ornament. I love my grandma, grandpa, put the date on it, put who it's from, and they've got a keepsake that they will absolutely keep forever. Wow.
I know.
That looks really good.
Love those.
I'm just amazed every time I see the acrylic, how it looks, high value, the beautiful colors. The acrylic is called Color Light. It's something we make ourselves, and it's a breakthrough in the physics of sublimation because really we can sublimate the appearance of white like that big bear there, and it's viewable from both sides. So it's really a true breakthrough in technology. We use the Color Light technology. We code it here in the United States at our facility. We have the acrylic, we have the glass, and we have the Color Light film where you can sublimate and make your own products.
We have too much fun with the Color Light film. We have a little bit too much fun. So I had...
That looks just beautiful.
Yeah. So where do you get the little plastic bags? Scoob. They come with it. So also I checked out your YouTube channel the other day, and I'm pretty sure it was you, unless there's a bunch of Scoobs, but it was pretty good. So yeah. So I'm going to show you guys this. I absolutely love these.
Yeah, moving forward, one of the things we're trying to do, you know, in trying to be holistic is think about retail packaging for folks. And so, you know, that's something on our planning agenda radar to you know, find out what the appropriate retail packaging is and try our best to include it or to provide it as an item you can purchase separately.
So I like this image on glass or acrylic because there is no white in this image, but the acrylic gives the appearance of white.
Absolutely breaks the laws of physics by amplifying what is perceived to be white. Just absolutely gorgeous. Wow, that looks so good.
Couple of questions. So, Jill, you write on paper. You don't really want to. You can write on the blanks, but sometimes, but it will shorten the life of your markers. It does work though, and if you write on the paper, the writing would need to be backwards if you were sublimating to an opaque substrate. So if you're sublimating to, you know, wood or hardboard or metal, then yes, you're going to need to write it backwards. What we've done is actually take and write your name, say on the sheet, and then flip it over and trace that with markers. And so that's how people are doing their names backwards. Now, if you're doing to glass or acrylic or something like that, you can keep it.
You don't need to.
Right.
So, you know, there's all sorts of, the markers have exploded in a good way, gone viral. And so we're always learning from folks about what is working for them. And I would say that certain people color directly on the substrate. I think you'll achieve optimum performance if you color on paper and then transfer. And so, but hey, you know, there's no sublimation police. If it works for you, then keep doing it.
And Larry, the item number for the air fresheners are F092.
FO.
I keep doing that. FO920. FO920. FO920.
Felt ornaments.
920.
And those the same family of for the air fresheners?
No,
as
the air
well?
fresheners are FAFs.
So the ornaments are FO numbers.
Yeah. And Lisa, with the color light film, does it matter which side you print on? So there is a coated side and a non-coated side, and I think that's in the instructions. But I have seen people do it to both sides. One side, it's preferable.
But so. you normally would sublimate to the coated side of the
right.
film. I've seen, I would say there's not a lot of ideas for using the film, but there's certainly some really good ones. I've seen them, what do they call those sun catchers? I've seen those. You cut the film, they look really good. I've seen a few people are sourcing some night lights, and they're using the film for the night light. I've seen some people do it, and they curve it, put it around a candle or something like that as a, what do they call it, votives? Votives?
Yeah, we had something in here, but I don't know where
so it's basically this ornament, but in a relatively thin piece of film, very durable. Looks great.
And you can cut it with scissors.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yes, lantern glass, all kinds of
So,
fun
you know,
stuff.
like the film is laserable, the acrylic is laserable, the Dyflex, which is what we use for our inserts on the phones, is also laserable. And we sell them, I think we sell all these products in the 12 by 24 sheets. So if you got a laser, and people have been showing me those little tabletop lasers, and I'm not a laser person, so I don't know a lot about them, but they really look like they expand your offering, because you can buy it in sheets or whatever and cut it like hardboard. Hardboard is the Unisub hardboard is laserable.
So I have a couple of people are talking about using the color light film for lantern, for like, and that actually works perfect. So because the material is rated for heat, because we put it in a 400-degree heat press, it's going to do fine next to a light bulb. So that was one of the things when we created it.
Right.
We were like, yeah. So
is it Beverly Howard? Is that?
Rear view mirrors,
Yeah,
hangers for
I'm
color
wondering if
film.
that's my Auburn. Is that my Auburn friend, Beverly Howard? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. She got a cute little puppy.
Yeah, how about that?
I think that is your friend Beverly Howard.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
A War Eagle.
Yes. Maybe. All right. Moving right along. You got me on that one. I need to pay more attention. All right. So this is our wooden ornament. This is U4733. So we're going to do this one.
Yeah, I need to do one side at a time.
That's right. Well, and so once...
But you don't. You can only do one side if you wish.
Yeah. Oh, and I did have a question about doing the porcelain, and I have porcelain ornaments up next, so we're going to do that next, and you can see how we do both sides. You can't do both sides at the same time because the porcelain doesn't conduct heat very well. So all of these, this is really easy, same thing, 45 seconds, 400 degrees, face down.
Yeah, the wooden ornaments are coated on both sides, and if you read our disclaimer description, we throw in something like one side may not be as finished as the other, and you know, I have found that both sides are just fine. Both sides are coated, but in theory the wood texture may be more predominant on one side than the other, but I can't see the difference. So that freaks out some people as they say, well, they really coated on both sides, and they really are.
Yeah, they really are. So we're going to go ahead and, well, we're only going to do one side because I have a lot of stuff and not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So,
so again, if you got a two-sided product, you really have the opportunity for maybe one side to be informational, the other side to be the photograph. My wife writes on the back of every photograph. When we used to have lots of printed photographs, she'll write on it when the photograph was taken and who was in the photograph. So, you know, 50 years from now, you know, we know what the deal is. So really a great habit.
okay, so this one turned out great.
Cool.
A little warm. All right, next up, textured, love my textured Benelux ornament. This is U4839. Guys, I've got like 15 things to do today, so I hope you're watching.
Yeah. So again, these kind of products typically might warp a tiny bit.
Yeah.
You can put them back in the press and hit it with a little bit of pressure and heat, flatten, and so no problem at all. But really just a tiny, tiny bit of warpage.
Yeah, and really, like you said, I can just flip it over, press it again, and the warp will come right out. But, you know.
Great, and very high value product. Really looks elegant.
I love it. I think with the linen and, you know, a lot of the new stuff we're coming out with, it just kind of fits together.
I guess we don't have a linen ornament, do we?
I mean, I guess not yet. Not yet, David.
Not sure how that would work, right?
I don't know. So I did this one for 45 seconds, and it's supposed to be 60 seconds.
Well, keep it in there a little longer. Which
Keep it
one
in
are
there.
you doing? The Benelux?
We're doing the textured Benelux ornament.
Oh, so that's a texture one. Cool.
Love the textured.
So
We'll
go
give
a little
another
bit
15
longer.
seconds
Right.
about.
Now, many of the products that we press here, people get freaked out when they first get in sublimation about, you know, not going 1 second over. I would say the vast majority of products can handle a considerable amount of extra time in the press. So, and after all, your press cycles in temperature up and down. So, you know, don't fret it. You know, and another good habit to be in is documentation. So once you dial in a product, you know what you're doing, document it in your sublimation diary so that if you don't do that product often, you can refer back to your notes. You're not reinventing the wheel. Quite nice.
It is pretty nice. I love this texture.
The texture really adds a unique dimension because, you know, obviously it's a low gloss product. No matter which angle you're hitting it at, it's going to look nice. So, I think good.
All right, let me show you guys these two.
You're filling up your tree there, Miss
I am
Sprite.
filling up my tree. That was the plan. So this is kind of cute, just a little photo with a date and maybe where the photo was taken at. So that's a cool one. Like David said, always put a date on there because that way they got to buy one next year. And then this one's really cute too, and it says Christmas 2019. And I'm sorry you guys can't really see today, but I promise that's what it says. So, all right.
Yeah, the folks at Universal Woods, it's made in USA product, and what that means is that they're really going to do a great job of a quality product. They're also, when they work with folks like us, we request to make sure they have all their safety and compliance data, and that's one of the challenges if you're buying a Chinese product. Very often, a Chinese product will not have available the proper compliance and safety documentation.
Moving right along, artwork number 2. This is called Holiday Diamonds. So this is the second piece of artwork. At the moment, 2 of you are going to win, and this is our FRP, so it's fiber reinforced plastic ball ornament. This is U5509. So I'm just going to take it, tape it on, and press it for what I think it's a minute 15. Let's see. FRP.
Yeah, you could
minute 15.
for that size, you could even get by with probably a little less. But yeah, the FRP, is it double-sided?
Yes, sir. It is double-sided.
So
we're just going to do one-sided.
FRP is one of the older substrates. Great, and I think at one time, probably a couple of years ago, we were thinking about that maybe it wasn't stylish enough. And I remember in that discussion, people said, we love our little ball ornament, don't even think about it. And it is really, it's inexpensive, stood the test of time. In fact, it may be one of the least expensive ones out there. And it's beautiful, it's indestructible. I mean, you could do anything you want, you're not going to bother it. And that probably most ornaments are just extremely durable, and after all, that's the name of the game. Gosh, how many glass ornaments I've broken, how many of them I stepped on, and so all this kind of stuff is going to be very, very durable.
A good question. How do we get the CPSIA certifications for our files?
So the standards first for products, like drinkware, are really the FDA certifications, lead and cadmium, and then you turn into Prop 65 is the next big certification. CPSIA is basically if you're selling a product that is to be used by a baby or very, very young child.
I think she's talking about the markers.
Okay.
Specific.
So you could email your Condè rep, and we could send you what we have. The certifications, as I understand it, for the markers are well-established certifications as far as the certifying agencies and the certification codes. Those are actually on the box. So they list the details of the certification, what the markers are certified to.
Okay, so here we go. This is my FRP ball ornament. And this one actually doesn't come with a ribbon. It's the only one that I have right now in my box. It doesn't come with a ribbon.
So, and I think one of the reasons is you can use a traditional, one of those ornament hooks, the little metal ones.
That makes sense.
That was the philosophy, because this is the oldest of them, I think. That was the philosophy, is you just simply use the little ornament hooks that those are the kinds you have to dig out of the carpet, after Christmas.
Yep.
They go hiding.
Oops. All right, I've got 2 more base substrates. So this is glass. This is our Color Light Hexagon. This is YZ721S. This is one of my favorite ornaments that we have, and this
Have
is
you checked inventory? Is this
absolutely.
We've really been hit extremely hard on ornaments, and we're doing our best to keep them in stock. And so I know one of the glass ones we got cleaned out because we coat them ourselves. And this is a beautiful traditional.
Well, and yeah, I love this. And this pattern that I'm doing, this is pattern number 3. So let me just line it up a little better. There we go.
So this is very much like acrylic in that it has a coated side. Coated side is what we want to transfer. And because it's glass and acrylic, or glass or acrylic, we do not mirror image. Because you're going to be viewing it from the essentially the uncoated side. Although, you know, it's up to you how you do it, but that's the traditional way of doing it. So how long we press this for?
We're going to do this for 1 minute and 30 seconds.
So we do it with the coated side face up, transfer face down?
That is correct, yes sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Now when we do our Color Light glass, you may see our technique. It's instead of using cover paper, we use the polypoplin fabric, and that's because all that glass surface area, the coating, you can have moisture come out of it. So with like Chromolux metal, with now quite a bit of the MDF plaque, stuff like that, we've started using a piece of polypoplin on top instead of cover paper. And you know, it is important because if you have moisture issues. Another thing we recommend, and sometimes you'll see us not do it, is to dry the transfer underneath the press before you press it. You put the transfer underneath without closing the press with the transfer face up, you know, 5 to 10 seconds. And the logic there is that, you know, we dumped a bunch of colored water on the paper, and we need it to be dry before we press. Because if it's not dry, that colored water will turn into steam, and it will ruin your transfer. It will jet the ink out. You'll see some people call it blowout, but definitely something to be concerned about. And the more ink you put on there, the heavier blacks, it gets progressively worse. So just pass it underneath your press. That's going to take care of it. Leaving your transfer out to dry, wow, that looks good. Man, leaving your transfer out to dry is not good enough because some people work in a fairly humid environment. Things just aren't going to dry very well. So passing it under the heat press is a good thing. Man, that looks good.
It does look good. I love.
So we're looking at it. You know, you ought to change to the top view. See if you can change.
Okay, I can totally change the top view.
Top view here, let's see, it's right there. You can see it. So even though it's glass, even though it's relatively clear, it looks amazing. Go to the plus.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's it. Let's go back this way a little bit. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
How close can I
you don't see the real effect of it like we do.
It's pretty hot. Though.
But
that looks a little better.
there you see, and you know, we're getting some glare, but you get to see just how good it looks. Wow, that looks good.
And it looks like it. Oh, that's.
It's funny.
Sweat from
So
that.
you can't see it on here, but look at the moisture. That's what I'm talking about.
You can see that.
You got
crazy.
moisture.
From glass.
And from glass. So essentially, what's happening is air has moisture in it. We call it humidity, and as the air cools down, like it's hitting a cold surface, just like the moisture on the outside of your glass with ice in it, that's condensation. So you're seeing condensation, and moisture is the evil enemy of sublimation, along with evil Teflon. So So Teflon is
we use sometimes.
we use it for about like 5 products. Our instructions we could call it out, but otherwise avoid using Teflon as you could sublimate to Teflon. It will get on the next product it touches, and then if you put it on top, it's going to trap moisture because it's a moisture barrier. That looks really good.
So, and I wish I could show you guys. So these, the thing that I love the most about the glass and the acrylic ornaments is that when you put them on your Christmas tree and your Christmas tree lights shine behind them,
Beautiful.
They are just so cute. So this pattern, this little outer edge pattern, this is my holiday stripes pattern. This is pattern number 3. Pattern number 3. So
We're filling up our tree there.
we are. I almost don't know.
Gotta find a spot there. You know, we need a tree that spins. That looks so good. Wow, either side. In fact, it's a little hard to tell, other than the reflection, which side is which.
Yeah, because one's kind of like a gloss because it's glass, and the other side's kind of matte because that's where the coating is. All right, so I've got one. Well, I'm going to do my porcelain ornament because it's a lot different.
This shape, is that a paw?
That's a paw. I was
Wow.
going to put my puppers on it. I'm going to put my babies on it. So this is not my babies. This
Somebody
is
was saying,
red.
you know, my dad was a veterinarian, so we've had dogs my entire life, and somebody said, well, you know, when you're obviously your dog sooner or later is going to pass away, so you do the little, I guess, paw print, and how cute is that to put, you know, the paw print, maybe a photograph on one side, paw print on the other for a dog, and wow, that'll bring tears to your eyes as you remember your past dogs.
So okay, I'm sorry. I get distracted very
ready?
easily. I'm getting ready to do my porcelain ornament. This is my K120P-2. This is my star porcelain ornament. So the porcelain ornaments are a little different. I see that. They're a little different because they're porcelain, and you have to have Nomex and 1/8 inch heat conductive rubber. So my heat conductive rubber and my Nomex pad are on my press, but they're both cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the press on them for about, well, I'm going to close the press on them while I...
Yeah, let's talk about why we need these accessories. So people will buy these products, they'll call and say, well, I don't have a Nomex pad, I don't have a green pad, how do I do it anyway? And the answer is really you don't.
No, you really don't.
You need standard accessories. Everybody needs a Nomex pad, everybody needs a green pad, because you're going to buy a product, could be slate, whatever, could be ceramic tiles, you know, whatever, and you need standard accessories. So, you know, sort of like driving a car without a spare tire. You know, yeah, there are people who do it, but if possible, you really want a spare tire. It's just a normal, common accessory. That's probably a poor example, but the only thing I can think of at the moment. So the Nomex on the bottom is designed to keep you from easily breaking the porcelain ornament. Porcelain is just a denser version of ceramic. You know, is the simple version, or we'll call it the uneducated version to somebody like me. And the green pad is so the Nomex on the bottom, green pad's on top. Green pad helps so that the green pad conforms to the shape of the ornament to push the transfer, so it conforms to the shape of the ornament. So it's sort of squishy and pushing down, and it's just a tried and true recipe that you got to do with these kinds of products. And you know, you may have your own formula, but this is really the way you want to do it. One of these days, maybe we can figure out how to do these products in the oven, although I think we've tried a little bit. Other people have tried.
We've tried.
But at any rate, that's how you do it.
I apologize. I see that I'm having a couple of technical difficulties, and I don't know what to do. We are coming back on, so I'm sorry. We're almost done, guys.
Yeah,
we're almost done.
maybe we're using one of our internet connections here. We have a couple, and so maybe somebody else here is hitting the connection relatively hard. We apologize.
It's not me. Okay, I've got one more thing to do. This is my paw print ornament. This is U4449. So, for the Nomex, it's the Nomex and the heat conductor rubber are used with the porcelain ornaments, Alyssa. Okay, so it's that time of the day. I know I'm going in and out, but I want you guys to guess what the weight is. The stocking, the new large ornaments, the acrylic ornament, the FRP, the textured, the wood, the glass, the triangle, the paw print, and the star ornament. Okay, before you guess, here are the rules. One guess per person on each platform. So I have one winner on YouTube, one winner on Facebook. Guesses must be announced in pounds. For instance, 1.7 pounds, 3.2 pounds. Please don't give me ounces because I don't do math very well. We will give you all of this and pay for shipping. If you are in the continental United States, you can contiguous United States, you can only win once every 6 months. And please tell me how much you think it weighs. First closest to without going over. So try not to go over. Go. Tell me how much it weighs, and I will. I'll ship it to you.
Right. So somebody was asking about high density foam. Will that do the same thing? I do not know the answer to that, but you know, I would say Nomex is extremely durable heat-wise, and so Nomex is really what you need. The green rubber is what you need on top. I've heard of some people using a different kind of rubber on top, a red, but again, I'm in the Nomex green rubber camp.
Okay, so I need you guys to guess how much the weight is. How much the weight of all the ornaments. Whoever guesses wins a one blank of everything. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not because nobody's commenting. So let me know if you know it's time to guess the weight by guessing the weight.
By the way, how long are you pressing over here?
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. So it takes some more heat because you're pushing through the green pad. You're heating it up. And of course, the porcelain takes heat to bring it up to sublimation temperature. It's coated, so obviously the ink is actually going into the coating. Sublimation is, as you know, is subsurface decorating. Well, we had a long, good time here with the video where we didn't have issues.
Wow. It just looks so good.
It really does. And that puppy's hot.
Good. It is very hot. I'm going to show you guys these. I hope you're guessing. Facebook, you need to start guessing because YouTube is guessing. So you need to guess. You need to guess. Come on, Facebook.
Okay,
Tell
I see
me. There
some
we go. I
guesses
got some
coming up.
guesses. All right.
See some guesses coming up.
I just saw.
I take it you know the answer, right?
Maybe. It's a possibility. It's a possibility that I know the answer.
Nice.
It is nice. Okay. All right. I hope, girls in marketing, I hope you're getting this because I've already lost it and I don't know who's guessing what. So, all right. Tell me, how much do you think it weighs? Okay. In the interim, I'm going to show you guys what I did here. This is very hot, so I am going to glove up.
Yeah, to put a plug in for the cool plate, spelled with a K, I guess.
Yep.
Cool plate is a dream come true if you're doing porcelain ornaments because you're going to have to let that side, you're going to have to let it cool down before you put it back in the press and press the second side. You know, we got cool plates scattered out everywhere in our building.
They're hard to come by because everybody uses them. So here's this cute little guy. Very cute. So there you go. All right, so there's this guy. I'm going to stick him. This will work. That'll work. Cute, 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 cute. And then I've got my last paw print ornament. And that's it. Also, I have a couple more winners that I want to talk about. So, every single week I ask you guys to show me what you're doing with your products by uploading to our client gallery. And I pick a winner every single week, and I give $25 in Conde credit. And this week is this beautiful piece right here, and this is Elaine Malden on the screen. This is Elaine Malden of Chlorinator Sales and Services. So Elaine this is a laser cut and sublimated piece of hardboard. It's super cute. So Elaine, thank you so much for participating. I will be sending you an email for $25 in Conde credit. So guys, show me, yes. Congratulations, Elaine.
Good job, Elaine.
So please show me what you're doing.
Is it some kind of, she has it,
it's laser cut at the top.
but it's something standing it up?
Oh, it's on our acrylic feet.
Feet,
Yeah,
okay,
it's on our
gotcha.
black acrylic feet. So, yeah, guys, so go to our client gallery, show us what you're doing. You have a chance to win $25 every week, and right now we have a quarterly contest going where we're giving away $400, $200, $100, and then we're also giving an honorable mention of $100 for showing me your best retail space. So go to our client gallery, show me the pretty photos of your holiday retail display, or maybe you're setting up for a party, whatever you're setting up for, show me, and I will we will pick a winner on January the 1st. I believe it's our very first Facebook of the new year. So once again, congratulations, Elaine. Fantastic. Okay, in addition to that, I always ask you to, in addition to showing me what you're doing, also tell me what you think about the products that you are sublimating. I ask for you to leave me a product review. So leave me a product review and I'll pick someone and give them $25 in Conde credit. And this week I gave Deanne Barnes $25 in Conde credit. Deanne reviewed the STN66MW. Those are our ironclad tumbled stone tiles. Those are the 6x6. She said these tumbled stone tiles are absolutely beautiful. The texture provides a very rustic image. The tiles are easy to work with, and I love them. So thank you, Deanne. I will be sending you $25 in Conde cash. So guys,
and those are products that we coat ourselves. So we coat some of the ceramic tiles, the specialty tiles, the tumbled stone. We coat the glass, acrylic, just a bunch of things now. Some of the ironclad pet tags. And so if you have a suggestion of a new product that you want us to coat in the United States, we're certainly listening. And thank you for the support. We're really focused on bringing to market made in USA products when at all possible, and so we're spending the money to make these products here in the United States.
All right, I've got some winners. So I've given away those winners. Now I have to give away some artwork. So I have two winners for my artwork. On YouTube, I have Greg Bax, and on Facebook, I have Katrina M. Brown. So Greg and Katrina,
good job.
Please email me at swood@conde.com so that I can send you your art packs. If you do not email me, I don't know who to send the art to. So Greg Bax and Katrina Brown, guys, email me swood@conde.com. You've both won art packs. And our grand winners from today, on YouTube, my winner is Leah Dax. So Leah guessed 0.8 pounds. That was actually exactly what it was. The weight of all of this beautiful stuff is 0.8 pounds. And the winner on Facebook is Miriam Lim. So congratulations, Leah Dax. Congratulations, Miriam Lim.
Good job.
I need you guys to email me swood@conde.com.
We ought to post this as a playlist of these are all the products, and do we do that?
What do you mean?
Just post it like it's a playlist. So if somebody says, I want to sample all these products too, we give everybody the part numbers. They could just order them and start experimenting. But this being a little bit, headed into the Christmas season at this point, you need to pick out the products you love, have inventory to allow you to sample your clients and sell, sell, sell. You gonna press this?
Well,
Are we done?
We're done. We've been on for a little over an hour. So.
We apologize for going a little over. We hope this has been helpful for you. We welcome your comments and feedback about how we can serve you. And I want to thank Sprite. Didn't she do a great job? Fantastic. She's the real star here. We haven't put that on your door yet. You know, like your star. You know, room there. And of course, you have your own very own private office, don't you?
I do.
As in not. So.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have my own office. We're not related, FYI. So somebody made a comment. We're not related. Just my boss. Okay.
You know, maybe in a past life, but I don't believe there. I had somebody tell me the other day that they believed I had 22 past lives. They actually gave me a number, and I was going, well, I don't know that fits too much with sort of my religious background here, but I didn't argue with them.
Hey, well, you never know. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.